So today, we will be talking about the 19th century in Rizal's context. So before we start diving into Rizal's life and works, we need to understand the 19th century. So in this time, Rizal lived in 19th century, full of big changes in political, scientific, and social. So let's proceed to the global context. So in the 19th century, we have the Industrial Revolution. So when we say Industrial Revolution, instead of manual labor, gigamitan na siya og machine. So in this time, na-invent na ang mga engines, such as steam engines. So mas napadali na ang trabaho. So in this time, factories, railways, and steamships makes travel and communicating faster. So in this time, education and economists are also changed. So Industrial Revolution is the scientific change of the 19th century, while the political revolution, it is the liberalism and nationalism. So nabuo niya ang political change nga liberalism o nationalism because of American and French Revolution. And after this revolution, many countries embraced democracy and equality. So since ang aim or goal sa French and American Revolution is ang democracy and equality. So these ideas of revolution reached the Philippines. So during 19th century, nakaabot sa French and American Revolution sa Philippines, which is ang democracy and equality. The third one is the colonial expansion. So in this time, European powers expanded colonies. So such as Spain. So ang Spain diba is a country of Europe, but naapod siya colonized outside in Europe. So in this time, let's proceed to Spanish colonization in the Philippines. So in this time, we have the Governor General powers. So when we say general, this is the high-ranking official nga nag-rule sa colonist sa Spain. And then we have the friars dominance. So when we say friars, muna sila ang mga priest sa Spain. And the friars controls the schools, land, and also politics. So gamhanan kayo ang mga friars during this Spanish colonization. And then we have the tribute and poloi servition. So in this time, Filipinos suffered from heavy taxes and forced labor. So as we can see, makaingitag ang Spanish colonizers is grabe gid sila ka abusado. In these abuses is exactly what Rizal's exposed in his novels like No Limit Tangere and El Filibusterismo. The Philippine society in the 19th century, there are social classes. During sa Spanish colonization, sa 19th century, divide siya into four from highest class to the lowest class. So the first one is the Peninsulares. So mao ni siya ang mga Spaniards nga gipanganak sa Spain. Then the second one is the Insulares, which is muna sila mga Spaniards nga gipanganak sa Pilipinas. So the third one is the Mestizos and Principalia. So diri na bilong si Rizal, which is the wealthy natives, and nani siya sa middle. So lastly is Indios. Muna sila ang pinaka-lowest class. So sila ang muna sila ang naka-experience sa discrimination during sa Spaniards colonization. So let's proceed to the rise of the middle class. In the year of 1834, Manila opening export to the other country. So made Manila a free port. So the Spaniards made Manila a free port. So during that time na boast ang trade og businesses. And then the wealthy families such as the family of Rizal nakagain pug sila og income from farming and trade. And to those middle class family such as Principalias and Mestizos, mas niangat sila, then mas ni wealthy sila. and mas ni-boost ang ilang income. And then sa middle class, si Rizal is nag-eskwela din siya sa Europe. Some of the middle class have studied in Europe, so one of them is si Rizal. And kung wala nag-eskwela si Rizal sa Europe, di siya makabaluan ng French Revolution, American Revolution, and apisad ang nationalism and liberalism. Okay, so let's proceed to scientific and intellectual advances in the 19th century. So, in the 19th century, we have the Darwin's theory of evolution in the year of 1859. So, the theory challenged the ultra-religious beliefs and open new ways of thinking. So instead of believing some religious beliefs that is scientifically proven, there's a twist. So question siya sa theory of evolution. So from the rest theory, nag-evolve na kuno ang tao from unggoy to tao. So based sa Bible Genesis, gikan kuno ta kang Adan og Eva. But in Darwin's theory, gi-question siya. And then, we have the scientific progress. Okay, so they are the new discoveries of medicine, engineering, and the natural sciences advance. And then, we have the spread of Enlightenment ideas. And this focusing on human rights, rationalism, and equality. So these Enlightenment ideas, nakaabot po siya sa Philippines. And sa middle class families is nag-boast silag groups. And ang goal nila is to go against Spain. And one of these is Rizal, but through in his novels, which are the No Limitang Here and El Filibusterismo. Then, we have the printing press. Kani siya is mo ni siyang mag-print sa mga libro and magazines. Okay, so through this, ideas makes faster spread on the books and magazines. And through this, mas napadali ang pag-spread sa mga information. So, pwede rin siya isulat or i-print. Okay, so let's proceed to the Philippine society in the 19th century. Okay, so first we have here the Cadiz Constitution of the year of 1812. And this constitution promised rights to the citizens, but later on revoked by Spain's monarchy. So in that case, i-cancel nila ang constitution. And in that way, nawalaan og freedom ang mga tao. And particularly is the Filipino people. So during 19th century, the political instability is happening in Spain. So there are the constant struggle between the liberal and conservative governments. And then, subversion in the Philippines. And to those Filipinos nga nag-attempt og revolt sa Spain is naipasible nga ipangpatay nila ang mga tao. To those all Filipino people nga nag-attempt og revolt sa Spain. Okay, so these are the important key points for the discussion. So we have here the 19th century, this era of revolutions in politics, science, and industry. So the Philippines, this is the colonial oppression and prior abuses shape society. The third one is the rise of middle class, this enabled education and a global exposure. And the lastly is the Rizal. This is a product of his time, combining science, nationalism, and reformist thought, making him a perfect leader and a peaceful for reform. And later on, the inspiration of the revolution. So si Rizal ang naimong inspiration sa mga tao para mag-revolt against sa Spain. Okay, so that will be all. Thank you.